Well, good evening, Black and Married with Kids. Happy Tuesday. This is Takeover Tuesday, and this is Pastor D of Dunamis Woman Enterprise and Mighty Christian Women. And I am excited about being with you all once again on this Takeover Tuesday, because every day that we have an opportunity, particularly on Tuesdays, we're going to take it by force. We're going to take something about us by force. So I am here as the founder of Dunamis Woman Enterprise, and let me tell you what our mission is. Our mission is to guide, coach, pray with women, lead women spiritually, that they may experience the healing power of God for their life, for their relationships, and for their legacy. We firmly believe that the power God has put on the inside of us, that we can create change in every aspect of our lives. So I love what I do. I love the work that God has given me to do, particularly when it comes to empowering women, that we may be, not just do, you all, but be everything we're created to be, particularly for who he has assigned in our lives based upon who we are. So I'm excited, hey Lorenzo, about everything that God is doing in my life, in your life. And I am here because I want you to go to a whole nother level and experience some things in your marriage, particularly as Black men and women with children, that we may leave a legacy. Oh my God, we are so powerful and we are so brilliant, and God created us, and it is something unique about every woman that is on this line, and I want to tap into that. I want to thank Ronnie and Lamar for giving me this opportunity as always, because Takeover Tuesday is just it's like it's just for me, because I'm a person who take it by force. Hey Talisha and Lori. So I want you all right now, go and tell another women who are married, even if they're not married, if they really want to know who they are and who God created them to be, to get on this live right now. Share this post, share it with at least, give me 5 women, because I am on a quest to have a movement of women being empowered, particularly in our Black community, that we may know who we are. You all know I love my favorite movie, and I taught about it a few weeks ago about Simba and Nala, but my favorite movie is The Lion King. And when Mufasa appeared to his son, when he was out there confused and did not even realize what was taking place because he carried so much guilt and shame. But however, his father showed up right there in that water, and he said, know who you are. He didn't give him a whole lot of counsel. He didn't tell him nothing else to do. He just told him, remember who you are. So this is what I'm here for, because when the woman, now you all know the woman. Now, have y'all heard me talk about the woman versus a woman? Every woman on here is considered the woman. Mrs. T, you are the woman. No longer are you just a woman. When you marry the man God assigned for your life, and he saw something in you beyond every other woman that's on this earth, that's what I'm going to tap into tonight. You're not married, but yes, you are. And I want you to stay right here, Talisha, because the best thing is when you can get prepared for the man, not a man. I want you to recognize that, Talisha, the man. There is the man totally that's for you, and nobody else can be assigned to him but you. And that man will come forth. I decree that for your life. So you just continue to stay on, get prepared, and tell some other women that are not married yet to get on this line, share this post, look at this, because you know what? Hey, Lawana, they're going to be even more empowered for the man as the woman when he comes into her life. Now, you all, I talked about last week the title. I was out of town. The reception in the hotel was very, very poor, and I had so many women, hey Rhonda, flood my inbox and text me, man, what was those other points? Your Facebook was stuck, So I told them, retake. I'm going to do a retake. So this is going to be retake over Tuesday from last week, and I'm going to talk about how does a woman use her virtue. Use her virtue. Lawana, congratulations. You've been married for 13 years. Congratulations. And 7 years, Avery. So how do we take this virtue that was given to us, endowed with on the inside of us, to strengthen your marriage. Now, tell me, just let me know if your marriage need to be strengthened. I don't care if you are the man or the woman on this line. I'm not going to refer to you as because it's something unique about you specifically. But if your marriage need to be strengthened, just put on them, yes, my marriage, or put strengthened. My marriage need to be strengthened. If you need to be strengthened, put I need to be strengthened. I'm going to tell you all right now, I need to be strengthened. Hey, Rhonda, I need to be strengthened. Why? Because life is going to come and bring challenges. And guess what, you all? Life brings challenges to those who have so much greatness and power on the inside of them. That's why it comes to diminish it. That's why it comes to deplete you. But that's why I'm here as a dunamis woman, as Pastor D, to speak life into you, to give you some nuggets that will cause you from a spiritual perspective, you all. Yes, Beverly, you shall be strengthened. From a spiritual perspective, you all, to be strengthened. This is not from a theological standpoint, a divinity standpoint, a therapeutic standpoint. It's going to operate in that aspect in some cases therapeutically, but I'm talking about from a spiritual standpoint. Carlton, thank you for saying your marriage need to be strengthened, or you need to be strengthened, because this is what we deal with at Dunamis Woman, the spiritual aspect of life, the spiritual principles. And this is what God has gifted me to do. And you have no idea. I'm so humbly grateful of how many lives God and marriages that God have allowed me to see literally transform by the dunamis. That's the power of God. So that is why I'm here. Hey, Victoria. Hey, how are you, honey? So let's get into it. Now, the key word of this topic is going to be virtue. Okay, virtue. But I want every woman, not a woman, the woman to understand that the woman, understanding who you are and the power you possess as the woman, is the key that's going to unlock a lot of doors spiritually. One of the things the enemy loves to do is cause you to not believe in yourself and diminish your confidence. So I really want you to embrace, I'm not just a woman. No, I want you to confidently say, I am the woman. You are the woman. That means you have been given something uniquely endowed within you specifically that nobody else can handle. And when you walk around with that kind of confidence as the woman that you are, which is a dunamis woman, you are a threat to the gates of hell. I want you to know that. You are a threat. You're powerful. Hey, Melinda. So what I'm going to talk about tonight, I'm going to give you all some of these nuggets that is right here in my prayer book. Okay. It's a power tool. How to pray with power on purpose. Now, I'm giving this away for free. Okay. All you got to do is pay for the shipping and handling, but I'm going to ship it out to you because a lot of things I'm taking straight from one of the chapters that's talked about divinely set up. Now, I know when you first met that man or you met that woman, it was something so intriguing about him. You just knew it. You couldn't put your hand on it, but then you pursued it the more, and you got with him, and you got the flood, the butterflies and the chills, and I want to talk to him. But let me tell you something. All that was just a setup. Okay, everybody is set up by God for the purpose of what you are called to do in life. Yes, Tony, you are set up, but he will never set you up with something that's that thing in you, that's that dunamis power that you're not able to handle and conquer. Okay, so I want you to go and request this free book. I'm giving out every time I come on here. I don't know what it is about the number 20, but I'm going to give out 20 of them every time. Okay, so I don't know how long I'm going to be on here, but every time I'm going to produce more and more, because I'm going to give it to you, and I want you to just go and get it, and then I can ship it to you. But what I'm going to talk about tonight is going to come straight from there, and it's going to shift your life, because I have had many women who've experienced that and taken their prayer life to another level because they know how to pray on purpose. Now, virtue. I want you to understand, first natural, then spiritual. Okay? So the natural meaning of virtue is the woman is a woman of nobility. She is the woman of honor She is the woman of worthiness. She is the woman of nobility. You got to embrace that for your life, okay? See, when we don't embrace who we are and see and know that I'm worthy, I am worthy of everything God has given me in my family, in my marriage, and I'm going to fight for it, okay? I'm going to fight for it. I'm worthy. The worthiness that I am, it strengthens my marriage. The nobility that I have as the woman, it strengthens my marriage. The marriage is nothing wrong with it. It's we don't always believe in who we are and know who we are. You only can get out what you put in. Okay? So that's why I want you to know, don't think it's arrogant, don't think it's cocky. Be confident. I am the woman, and I have worthiness, I have nobility, I have honor, and that is who I am. Okay? And if nobody don't do it, I get it for myself. Okay? Because I walk in it every day. Now, that's the natural meaning of virtue. Now, I want to tell you the spiritual meaning of virtue. Now, I know this is going to blow you all mind, because it blew my mind as I always study and look into it, because this is my work. This is what I do. The spiritual Greek term for virtue literally means dunamis. Okay? I was like, whoa! It means dunamis. So, in my nobility is dunamis. In my worthiness is dunamis. In my honor as the woman, when that man, the man said, will you be my wife? And you said, I do. He took on that nobility. It's in your midst. It wasn't just, a woman with a white dress on and going down the aisle. He walked into something that he had no idea of, and that was that dunamis. God set him up to experience miracles. God set him up with the woman that he could never live without. God set him up. I don't care how many other women are around. I don't care how he look. I don't care what they look like. There's something on the inside of you that you got to be confident that he cannot live without, because you are his favor and you are his success. So we're going to take the natural, and then you take the spiritual meaning of virtue, and it's going to get supernatural results. Okay? That's why I'm here to empower you. How do I walk in this dunamis? How do I live in this dunamis? You can't do that without a relationship with God. You can't do that without understanding spiritual principles and how to implement them in your life. You can't do that. You got to, it's specifically for you. And that's why it's nobody else can do what you do. Now, for any of you all who may be familiar with some, stories in the Bible, I'm not going to go on and preach to you about it, but I know we have certain things that, if you go to church and you're a believer, there's certain messages I know that you've heard along the way. And one particular one that is kind of like a favorite, I love to dig into those, because that's where I believe the revelation is, and that's what God is speaking to get results. But it was about the woman with the issue of blood. Okay, it was the woman in Mark 5, and it's also in Luke, when she was hemorrhaging, and she was hemorrhaging and bleeding for 12 years, you all. Now, I could break all that stuff down and go in deeper, but I'm going to stay focused on virtue, okay? Now, but if I go off a little bit, just forgive me, because this is my life, okay? But anyway, she was bleeding for 12 years. No doctors could find out what was going on. I'm paraphrasing it. Nobody could pinpoint what was happening. Now, my first point with that is, when you are dealing with something in your marriage, when you are dealing with something within yourself, whether it's emotional, physical, mental, even financial, and you're doing all that you know you can do, you're doing all that you know and you can do, you better believe it's some spiritual forces behind the scene. See, spiritual are the mysterious things. It's the things that you just can't put your hand on and pinpoint. So when you know in the natural that you have done all that you can do, and your husband is right, Kimberly, and you can do all that you could do, it's some spiritual forces behind the scene. And that's what this woman was hemorrhaging. But the bleeding caused her to be so depleted, you all, that it even tell you how she crunched down within herself. So when you have done all that you can do, don't go out here and say, I'm going to find somebody else or go get a divorce. You're going to walk into a whole nother issue. Okay? This issue, whatever is in you, have come to strengthen you, but it makes you feel so depleted, because now it's the time for you to understand who you are, and that you are a dunamis woman, that you may experience supernatural life and experiences of healing for you, your marriage, and your children. So that's what she did. She pressed her way. And it didn't just say that it was a woman. I love it because it calls her a certain woman. And a certain woman is the woman. A certain woman goes against the grain. The woman don't do what every woman does. The woman know how to press her way in. The woman say, you know what? He may be acting a fool. He may be doing this. He may be doing that. I don't know what's going on, but I know I'm going to stand. I know I'm going to pray. I know I'm going to go deeper in who I am. I know that I'm going to grow in this mess that I may be in, the joy that I may be in, the trial I may be in. I don't know, whatever you're in, you're going to stand. So when the woman, this certain woman, she touched the hem of his garment. Now, everybody was like, this ain't something she's supposed to do, you all. But she pressed through all those crowds. Because when you have been dealing with some stuff for so long, you ain't going to let nothing stop you. That's a dunamis woman. When you've been financially struggling for so long, oh, I ain't stopping now. I'm going to keep moving. When I've been emotionally depleted and I've been distressed, oh, that's when I'm really coming in hard. When I might not get all the loving that I think I want and what I want and when I want it, oh, that's when I'm going to really take it by force. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm going to press my way in because this issue is not going to take me out. So when she pressed, the virtue, she only touched the hem of his garment, you all. She didn't touch his skin. She touched the hem of his garment. So when she touched him, Jesus, that is, virtue came out of him. It didn't come out of his garment. It came out of him. And that virtue is that dunamis. That virtue, so he turned around, I'm paraphrasing, y'all. He turned around, he was like, okay, who touched me? Who touched me? Because something left me here. Dunamis left me. Who touched me? Because everybody can't touch me like that. Everybody can't get to me like that. See, a woman don't know how to do that. A woman may know how to lay. A woman may know how to play. A woman may know how to be charming. But the woman is a warrior. The woman know how to go in spiritually, pray with power on purpose. The woman know how to be loving even when she is not being loved. Okay, that's why the spiritual part of you being built up is so important, particularly women in our emotions. Okay, but he turned around because everybody can't get to me like that. That's what Jesus was saying. So because nobody was responding, she had to confess it was me. She was like, oh, it was me. She was fearful with it because everybody can't do that. And he says, you shall be made whole. He didn't say woman. He said, daughter, you shall be made whole. Because she pressed her way in. The virtue, the dunamis, the nobility, the worthiness, the honor he had for her. Okay? It flowed out of him because in her state of depletion, in her state of weakness, in her state and her condition, she never let go. She never gave up. You all, this is why you are a dunamis woman, because you have been assigned to the man that God has given you, and every woman don't have that. But because life has been hitting you, yes, you become depleted. Yes, you become weak. You're human. Okay? But now it's time that you position yourself and you continue to press. You continue to go in. You continue to do things that you have not done before. Read the book, How to Pray with Power and Purpose. Okay, fine. You got a whole lot of books. Get this book, okay, that somebody giving you for free. Okay? Do what you got to do to get to where you have to go. Because you never will give up, because it's something in you. You can go get another black man if you want to. You're going to be dealing with the same issue. Because it's not about him. It's about who you are. You're dunamis. Everywhere you go, you carry dunamis. You're going to find yourself in a challenge everywhere you go in your life. Why? Because you got the miraculous power on the inside of you. You were created as the woman to change your atmosphere, to change your life, to change your circumstances, to change your legacy, to change the whole lineage of your family. You have the power to break curses that your children may live more effectively. They are your successors. They are to do better than you. They shall do greater than you. In our black community, it's time out for us to be growing worse and worse and worse and worse. This is the time that God is going to move in your life as you adhere to the dunamis, that your children and your children's children and your children's children, I don't care what's going on in this world, because they are connected to the woman and the man, they shall have greater outcomes and greater success. Okay? So I want you all, I admonish you all. Now, I want you to do 3 things for me. Okay? I'm going to give you your how. How? I ain't going to leave you hanging. How? The first thing is, as the woman, okay, you got to understand that the power of touch can change your whole marriage, okay? Because you got the virtue. She touched the hem of his garment, dunamis. So go touch him. Touch the man. Touch your husband, okay? He ain't always got to initiate. He ain't always got to, yeah, women, we need affection. We know we don't need sex. We need affection, okay? They need that, okay? Realistically, go get it, okay? Find the strength, okay? Touch him. Touch him from the crown of his head and work your way down to the sole of his feet, okay? Give him what you want. That will strengthen it. And because the dunamis, don't be like, know who you are. Know you have the ability to change. Him on the inside, by your love, by your virtue. The strength is on the inside of you. You got to go in deep and you got to tap in, okay? And know that it ain't just for him. You need the virtue too. You need to activate your dunamis power. All right, y'all got that? Now, don't make me go in on that some more, because I'll give you some more nuggets. I'll give you another book on my that you can read, okay? Number 2, understand that your heart bleeds for his touch. So it's not, like I said, it's not just about him. You need his touch. So when you need it, touch him, that he may be able to touch you back. Why? Because your heart bleeds for it. If my heart is bleeding for something, I'm going to go get it. If my heart is bleeding for something, I'm going to go after it. If my heart is bleeding for something, okay, I'm going to go. I'm going in. You got the power. You are the woman. You got the power. Yes, and when you go in, Pamela, pray over him. Prayer is more than just about, Lord, bless him, hug him. When you make love to him, you're praying. When you're going in, you're praying. Okay? You're going in your mind, in your heart, and in your soul. Affection. Rub his head. Say, baby, are you okay? What can I do for you? Sometimes we as women can become so self-absorbed, but when the virtue is on the inside of us, God is expecting us to give that out to create the changes that he wants in your house and in your household. I know it's a lot of responsibilities, you all, but you got the power. I know it's a lot that you got to do, but you got the power. That's why it's spiritual. This ain't no religious stuff I'm talking about. This ain't no, you just go to church and it's going to be okay. Time out for pacifiers. You're a grown woman. You are the woman. And all them other ones around you don't even matter, because it's about your own household, your own kingdom, and the black man that was assigned to your life. The third one, okay? Understand that the spiritual meaning of touch. Now, I want you to understand the spiritual meaning of touch literally means, according to the Greek, to attach oneself to that which is to touch. Okay? So what are you saying, Pastor D? When you touch him, always you're attaching yourself to him emotionally. The more you touch him, it leaves the scallywags out. See, a woman is always waiting to get in the way. Okay? When you touch him, okay, it attaches yourself to him. It attaches him to you. He needs your touch. He needs to be built up. Our black men need to be built up. When they go out there, they are fighting. I don't even know what it is to be a man, but I know that they out there fighting. I know I'm fighting as a woman. So hell, I know they fighting as a man, because this whole world system was designed to destroy the black man. That's why God gave him to you. He needs your touch. And he needs you to attach yourself to him. And he needs to attach himself to you spiritually. Okay? Emotionally. Spiritually will carry you so much further than just your own temporary feelings. When you're spiritually attached, the gates of hell can't come in between you. When you're spiritually attached, but you got the power. God didn't give him all that power. Matter of fact, he took you out of the man And when he looked at the man, the woman, and he said, this is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh, it means he saw his strength. He saw his power. He saw his substance. I know many of you all took the vow. You didn't even know what the heck you were saying. But I'm here to let you know, because it's never too late. When he said, bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh, the preacher may have said it, and he may have read it out the Bible, but you stood there and took the vow, and that means he saw his power. He saw his strength. So go and touch him, because you know what? Every time you touch him, he's attaching himself to you, and you attaching yourself to him. And no other woman's touch can ever move him like yours. Oh, I'm telling you what I know. Okay? No woman's touch will ever stimulate him and make him feel the way that you make him feel as the woman. All right, y'all? Y'all got it? Let me know you got it. Tell me you got it, okay? Because you are the woman. I want to know you got it, because you are the woman for the man, and nobody else can do it but you. I don't care if you're a blended family. That's why you got him. And the one before you couldn't do it. God assigned him to your life, and you've been divinely set up. You know what I'm saying? Have a great evening, you all. Go get the book, just say, go to the Bitly and say, Pastor D, give me my free copy, and I'm going to ship it out to you. Give me something to do. Give me some work to do, okay? Because it's time for us as a black people, married with kids, our children. It's about our life, and it's about our legacy, all right? I love you all. I can't wait to be with you next Tuesday on Takeover Tuesday, because that was my retake, so I'm going to come with a fresh one on next Tuesday just for you. Be blessed, and still share this with some other powerful black women in your circle of influence. Have a great evening.